know. Man, these beavers are killing us. As you can see over here, they're just taking down trees left and right. I don't know what's going on, just out of nowhere. Like, they've been just taking down trees all over the place. This one has come down just recently in the last 3 weeks. All right, fire is going, and we should start to slowly warm up here. That's obviously the first task whenever we come up to the cabin here, is getting that fire started. And everyone, please welcome Ellie back to the cabin. She is back at it, feeling 100%, and I'm just so grateful for all of the support and prayers that we got from you guys who watched this channel for her. If you missed it, Ellie had a big health scare the past couple weeks. They thought she had a tumor. They thought she wasn't gonna live more than a couple weeks to a month, but all of that turned out to be false. She had a tick-borne illness, even though she is fully taking medicines to prevent that. She got one anyway, and she's been on antibiotics and is feeling great now. So we are so grateful and happy that Ellie is okay. So we got a few projects that we're gonna tackle up here. The biggest one is we actually have an electrician coming tomorrow to install an electric heater into our bunk room back here. Now, traditionally, we've used just the wood stove to heat this entire place, but it just slowly trickles back into the bedroom area back here. So an electrician's gonna come in here and he's gonna wire in a heater. Not sure where we're gonna put it yet, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. We got rid of our kitchen table because it was taking up too much space and was rarely getting used. So I thought, why not put in some sort of a countertop table that we can drop down if we need the extra space, and we can bring it back up when we need it. So we're gonna do that as well. And then, of course, aside from all that, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna relax, make some good food, get outside, and just enjoy the Northwoods. Figure while we wait for the cabin to heat up a little bit, we can go down and check out the lake. Love how our path here looks during the winter time, especially with the snow. Just beautiful. This tree right here, very healthy tree, was taken down by the beavers. And then they also took out this right in here, took out all of this. They took out these trees right here. And of course, here's the lodge. It's right here off of our dock. I mean, you gotta hand it to them. They have a beautiful home. Ellie? Ellie, I'd get away from there. That is not your home. Good dog. Good doggy. Sure is beautiful out here. Check out this old bench. I love it. It's just like smack dab in the middle of the pine forest here. Not sure who put it up, but one of my uncles for sure did. It's just perfect for just sitting still, taking everything in. I love you. I do. All right, so the cabin is starting to warm up a little bit, and I think I can stand to put up our table now. So we're gonna install that right over here. All right, it is time to put it in the wall. This is the nerve-wracking part. All right, now that she's level, we'll put in another screw. Good. All right, So last but certainly not least, pretty nice. This is perfect. Oh man, so happy about this. You know, before we had just a table here that no one used. It basically just collected dust and everyone threw just junk on it. Now we've got a functional space that works when you need it, and you can put it away when you don't. Very nice. My olive oil is frozen solid, so looks like I'm gonna have to use butter to grease the pan. So my plan for dinner tonight was originally to make a fire outside and grill a steak over it with a bunch of veggies. Because it's taken so long for this cabin to heat up, I figured I'm gonna stay inside and make a classic. I'm gonna do some nachos tonight, and then tomorrow night we'll go out there, have a fire, and grill our steak. So the key to the nachos that I make, the thing that sets them apart, I think, from other people's nachos is the fact that I bake the hot sauce into the cheese. So you saw that I put that hot sauce on before putting it in the oven. That really like marinates it into the cheese, and it just sort of infuses the entire batch of nachos with hot sauce goodness. Oh yeah. These are done. Dear God, thank you for this food. Thank you for this time to be alive and up at the cabin. We're so grateful. Amen. Not sure why I always eat nachos up here and burritos everywhere else. Maybe it's because we have the luxury of an oven, but I'm not going to question it. They're really good. Alright, we're going to give Ellie a little bite. Onions are not good for dogs, also. Just human food in general isn't good for dogs, so I don't like to give her a ton. That's why you don't see me just like giving her a full burrito or something on this channel. But we're going to give her a little taste of some cheese melted with a little bit of chip and some seasoning. What do you think, El? Good? Good. Oh my gosh, look how cute this dog is. Sleeping by the fire. I think it's about time I join her there. So as you guys can see, the temperature is like still really, really low. Over by the fire here, it's much warmer, but back in the bedroom here, it's still cold. So because of that, I'm gonna sleep out here. Thankfully, our couch here has a bed, so I'm gonna pull that out and we'll sleep here tonight and then be back there tomorrow once we have some heat. Oh, sweet, sweet heat. I can't wait. It's about time to hit the hay. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. Good night. Oh. Good morning, Ellie. I slept really well, aside from having to stoke the fire a bunch. But yeah. So something that I've been really trying to stay on top of is reading and saying a prayer before I dive into my devices. I think it's easy to like check on the YouTube channel and check emails and all that stuff, but I really am trying to start my day off with the things that really matter. All right, now with my reading done, I can dive into my devices and emails. But before I do, I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video. And just a reminder, you know, this channel is what we do to support our family, and sponsors and viewers like you are what make that possible. And so we want to thank you and for everyone who believes in our channel enough to support us. The sponsor of this week's video is Delete Me. And, you know, since having our daughter Olivia, I've been much more aware of our security, both at home and online. There's always a threat of having our personal information sold to data brokers, being doxxed, or having our identity stolen. And that's why I decided to take some precautions to make sure that we're protected. I found a service called Delete Me that works for you to keep your information private. Essentially, Delete Me will go and find where your info is being bought and sold and remove you from those lists. I love how easy it was to get started. All I had to do was sign up and wait for the experts at Delete Me to go out and find my personal information and delete it. I received a detailed report after only 7 days, and I was absolutely astonished at what they were able to find. After that, Delete Me continues to work to remove my information every 3 months in order to keep us continuously protected. Here are some examples of data types that are removed from brokers. They include names, ages, addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, social media accounts, and plenty more. I also really appreciate how they're constantly updating their reach, and they take custom requests from people like you and me because they know that your needs might be different from mine. And I also love that they're headquartered right here in the United States. But don't worry, if you're from somewhere else, they're constantly expanding their geographical reach. So if you want to give Delete Me a shot, I've got a 20% discount code for you. Just follow the link and use my code TinyCabin20 to get set up. And with that, I want to thank Delete Me for sponsoring this video. They've helped secure our online data, they're supporting this channel, and in turn, our family, and we really, really appreciate it. So our wood stove only really fits a certain size of wood. So I've been trying to figure out a way to be able to cut down pre-existing, logs to fit in there. And I found a solution online that I think should work really well for us. But what that means is that I'm gonna have to build a little rack to be able to stack logs and then be able to cut with a chainsaw, cut them down to fit a certain size. So we're gonna have to build this thing right now. We keep all sorts of scrap wood underneath here. Comes in handy in these sorts of moments. Voila! All right, she's not pretty, but I think this should work. All right, I think we'll start with this for the test. Well, my chainsaw ran out of fuel right before I could finish cutting the last piece, the literal last piece here. But as you can see, this worked great. Now I did nick our post right here, but that's all just like control issues for me. I just need to do a better job of controlling the blade. And look at all this other scrap wood. You know, this is good stuff too for getting the fire burning hot like we've been trying to all morning. So I'm definitely satisfied with this. That's a mission accomplished. Using our brand new table. This is great. Dear God, thank you for another day at the cabin. Amen. So I'm gonna put some of this new hot sauce on my eggs here. This is Mean Green. It's made in Minnesota and it is so good. I've only bought it from this guy who pops up at random farmers markets and things like that. And it's really, really good. I feel like I really deserve this after already accomplishing so much this morning. All right, time to get ready for this electrician. Our cabin doesn't like pop up on GPS, so I'm gonna head out to the road and see if I can meet this guy and guide him back into the cabin. Hey, I'm Jack. I will flip around and I'll guide you in. And the electricians are out of here. And check this out, guys. Yeah, we got a heater. I cannot tell you how much of a difference this is going to make. It already feels comfortable in here, comfortable temperature. I'm gonna be able to actually sleep in our bedroom here tonight, and it's just gonna make it so much safer for bringing Olivia up here and just, you know, comfortable. So I'm super happy. They also put in this light up here above the sink so that we don't have to use this lamp anymore. And they installed some under cabinet lights to just help illuminate the kitchen a little bit. So yeah, everything's looking good, and now we can do some more stuff today. Let's see what we get into. So good having Ellie back to normal. You know, that whole ordeal was really tough, really rough on me. You know, I think we take things for granted. You know, I was out and about with Ellie, just camping and hanging out like we normally do, and a full 24 hours later, you know, I had people telling me that she might not live longer than a few months. And really taught me, like, to cherish these moments, you know, to really cherish them, because it's so easy to take things for granted. Take our dogs, take our health, our families, all that can be taken for granted, and we gotta guard ourselves against that, because the things to really cherish and be grateful for. So the plan for dinner tonight is to grill a steak over the fire here and grill some veggies, but I gotta chop up those veggies first, so we should head inside and do that and then get cooking. As you can see, our olive oil is unfrozen now. Thank you, heater. And now let's get some mood lighting. Love it. Now you guys, I gotta admit, I haven't owned a grill in probably 6-7 years. So I'm not great at grilling steaks, but I'm gonna do my best with this one. All right, I think it's probably safe to put our veggies on. Thank you for this food and another great day up here and for heat. Amen. Well, we'll find out how this worked out. I know the veggies will be good, so we'll try those first. Yep, they're good. All right, but now it's time for the real test. The steak. Okay, it's got a little pink to it, but it's definitely cooked enough. Incredibly good. Want to try a little piece? Pretty good, huh? Just making all the good food this trip. Nachos, eggs, bacon, steak, and veggies grilled over a fire. Well, guys, gotta say it feels pretty good to be sleeping in the old bedroom. The heater is rolling away out there, and it feels great in here. Oh, and before I shut off the lights, take a look at this picture that Riley drew of Ellie. I just put it up, and she actually drew that when Ellie was sick, and I just think it's the sweetest picture. It totally captures her joyful spirit. But with that, Ellie's tired, I'm tired. It's time to go to bed. We'll see you in the morning. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Man, what a great trip we had. It was so nice to get up here to be able to make some upgrades like our kitchen table and most importantly that heater. It's just gonna make it so we're able to bring Olivia and it'll just be much more comfortable in the future. But with that, I wanna thank all of our patrons for their support. I want to thank all of you for your support watching these videos and supporting our channel. It means the world to us, and we'll see you on the next one.